If you're a rice lover, but you're also keeping a close eye on your blood sugar, I get it. But what if I told you that picking the right kind of rice could actually be a total game changer for stabilizing your glucose and even improving your A1c? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive deep into the science behind making smart rice choices.
So let's start with a big question. Is the rice on your plate working for you, or is it actively working against you? It's a really important question because, believe me, not all rice is created equal, not by a long shot.
And this right here is the difference in a nutshell. You've got your typical refined white rice, which your body digests super fast, leading to that sharp, sudden spike in blood sugar. But then you have these smart rice options. They break down slowly, giving you a nice, steady release of energy. For blood sugar management, that's everything.
We call this the rice dilemma. So many people feel like they have to fear rice or avoid it completely. But this whole explainer is about flipping that script, moving from that fear to a feeling of empowerment. We're going to give you the knowledge you need to make choices that feel good and are good for you.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to get to know 4 rice superstars: black rice, brown basmati, parboiled rice, and wild rice. And then we'll wrap it all up with some simple tips on how to make them work for you. Let's get into it.
First up, we have black rice. You might have heard it called forbidden rice. Sounds mysterious, right? Well, this ancient grain is an absolute powerhouse of antioxidants, and you're about to see just how good it is.
Okay, let's look at the numbers. Black rice has a really low glycemic index, somewhere between 42 and 45. Plus, you're getting a solid 8.5 grams of protein and almost 5 grams of fiber in every 100-gram serving. That trio, low GI, protein, and fiber, is the magic formula for slowing down digestion and keeping those blood sugar spikes at bay.
But here's the real superpower of black rice. It's packed with a whopping 3,800 milligrams of anthocyanins per 100 grams. These are the very same antioxidants that give blueberries their deep, rich color, and studies show they can actually help your cells use insulin more effectively. Pretty amazing. Now, to really get all that goodness out of your black rice, how you cook it matters. You'll want to give it a good soak for about 6 to 8 hours and then steam it for around 30 minutes. This helps lock in those nutrients and makes it much easier to digest. Okay, next on our list is brown basmati rice. It's famous for that beautiful aromatic smell, but its real secret weapon for managing blood sugar is hidden in its unique starch makeup. So its glycemic index is a little higher, in the medium range of 50 to 55. But it's still packing a punch with almost 8 grams of protein and 3.5 grams of fiber, which work together to slow down that sugar release into your bloodstream. And the key here is its high amylose content. Think of amylose as a type of resistant starch. It literally resists being broken down quickly. That means a much slower trickle of sugar into your system. Brown basmati is made up of 24 to 28% of this stuff, which is why it's such a smart choice. To cook this one perfectly, soak it for about an hour, then let it simmer for about 25 minutes. And here's a pro tip. Let it rest off the heat for 10 minutes before you fluff it up. You'll get perfect rice with all those health benefits locked right in.
Our third option is a little different. Parboiled rice isn't a specific variety, but a method of processing. And this method is designed to lock in nutrients before the grain ever gets milled. It's pretty clever. And just look at the results. The glycemic index is incredibly low, down between 38 and 42. That's all thanks to that pre-milling steam treatment, which makes it an absolutely fantastic choice for blood sugar control.
So how big of a difference does this parboiling process make? Well, it actually changes the starch structure, leading to a 42 to 48% slower release of glucose compared to regular white rice. That is a massive difference.
Cooking parboiled rice is super simple. Just give it a very light rinse, simmer for about 20 minutes, and let it rest. Just be careful not to overcook it because that can start to raise its glycemic impact. All right, our final contender is wild rice. And here's a fun fact, it's not actually rice at all. It's the seed of an aquatic grass. And nutritionally, it's an absolute powerhouse, especially when it comes to protein. Just look at these stats. The GI is scraping the floor at 35 to 40. You're getting over 6 grams of fiber, and then an incredible 14.7 grams of protein. This makes it one of the best choices for keeping you feeling full and your blood sugar rock steady.
Yeah, you heard that right, 14.7 grams of protein. That's nearly double what we've seen in the other rice options. Why does that matter so much? because that high protein content is crucial for satiety, that feeling of fullness, which helps prevent overeating and keeps those glucose levels stable.
Now this one does take a little more love to prepare. For the best results, you really want to soak it overnight, then let it simmer for a good 45 to 50 minutes. You'll know it's ready when the grains start to burst open. Trust me, it's worth the wait.
Okay, so we've met our 4 rice heroes. But no matter which one you choose, there are a few golden rules that will help you get the absolute most benefit out of them.
Let's lock this in with a few simple rules. First, smart portioning is key. Aim for about 60 to 110 grams of uncooked rice per meal. Second, always create power pairings. Combine your rice with protein and healthy fats to slow digestion even more. Third, cooking counts. As we've seen, soaking and proper cooking make a big difference. And hey, here's a bonus tip. If you chill your rice after cooking, it actually increases that beneficial resistant starch. Good for your gut and good for your blood sugar.
And really, it all comes down to this one powerful idea. The choice of rice you make often matters even more than the portion size itself. This is all about empowerment, not restriction. It's about making smarter choices.
So after hearing about the incredible benefits of black rice, brown basmati, parboiled, and wild rice, I have to ask, which one are you excited to add to your plate this week?